MGF Customs and Reviews.
What's going on, guys? This is Michael MGF. Today I'm going to be doing another LEGO Star Wars Summer 2013 set review, and this time I've got the Mandalorian Speeder. The set number for this one is 75022, the recommended ages are 8 through 14, and the piece count, which is not pictured on the box, is 211. The reason it's not pictured on the box is because it's the European version of the set. So this set is seriously awesome for us Clone Wars fans, not just for these three figures, but the actual speeder itself is fantastically designed and is overall a great model. But there's a little bit of issues with the pricing on this thing because the Corporate Alliance Tank Droid, the set that I previously reviewed, has 271 pieces and it is $19.99. This set has 211 pieces and is $24.99. So that doesn't add up. Maybe it's because of the figures, who knows. LEGO, I'm sure, has their reasons, but it's still a fantastic set and is definitely not on the pricey side compared to the other sets of this line. So I definitely have to recommend it, and I will go ahead and get into the reasons of just as to why, and starting with the minifigures. We're going to go ahead and start off with the Clone Wars version of Darth Maul, and this minifigure is fantastic. Honestly, the LEGO group could have saved a little bit of money if they went ahead and made him like the way he appeared in the Takeover of Mandalore story arc in late Season 5, where he had more humanoid-looking robotic legs, while here, as you can see, LEGO just went the whole 9 yards and made the awesome-looking Grievous legs. But either way, it's an amazing figure. You can see the two weapons that he's wielding are his personal lightsaber, which is a basic red lightsaber, and then Pre-Vizsla's Darksaber, which is just a basic black lightsaber, and unfortunately does not look like his Darksaber. But if we go ahead and remove these two weapons, you can see we do get a better look at the torso here. And the torso is phenomenal. As you can see, the Sith tattoos printed on there are amazing, and you know the thing he's wearing on his neck, which is also printed on, is also very nice. And then you see his belt right there, and then the printing, the Sith tattoos, actually continue around his arms, and we don't usually get arm printing, so it really complements the minifigure in a great way. And you can see the Sith tattoos, of course, on the back are also very nice. Not a whole lot of detail on the back, but still keeps going with the overall consistency of the design of this minifigure. But then you can see the head. The head is really awesome. You can see it has a more animated look, as this is like the first Darth Maul we've ever gotten that wasn't based off the Phantom Menace. And you can see he does have the basic Zabrak headpiece, which has been utilized on Darth Maul and Savage Opress exclusively, and you can see it's always really nice to get that, as it really makes the Zabrak characters just look great. And yeah, so if we go ahead and take a look at the legs, you can see the robotic legs are really, really awesome, as they have a great level of detail to them. The three-dimensional aspects of them, just the overall design of them is not only accurate, but just looks absolutely awesome, and just a really menacing looking set of legs he's got. And you can see that they are indeed posable, and that's right there. What you see is a limitation of how far they can go with the legs still attached. And if we go ahead and it's kind of hard to actually like get the belt piece itself off, but if we go ahead and remove it, you can see that it does look pretty much just like a basic LEGO belt piece. And yeah, so there are the robotic legs, absolutely awesome. And yeah, so just overall a amazing representation of the way Darth Maul appeared in the Clone Wars Season 4 and Season 5. The Mandalorian Super Commando is a great minifigure, and if you don't know who the Mandalorian Super Commandos are, pretty much when Mandalore ended up going into a civil war, these are the Mandalorians, you know, the part of the Death Watch that decided to reside with Darth Maul. And obviously they painted their armor in a red color to, you know, symbolize Darth Maul. And you can see that the minifigure is fantastic. And unlike previous Death Watch minifigures, this guy is in a gunmetal color. His jetpack and helmet are now in gunmetal, similar to that of Pre-Vizsla from the Mandalorian fighter. And it really does look great, and was definitely a good move on the LEGO group's part. And you can see the blaster he wields is a basic LEGO blaster, so nothing special about that. but then you can see the torso really looks great, and obviously the Mandalorians who went with Darth Maul weren't exactly the greatest with painting, because obviously that's a pretty sad paint job and it's really just splattered on there, but you can see the LEGO Group did represent it with their printing fantastically. And you can see the belt right there as well, also very nice, definitely a great looking torso overall. Unfortunately, there is no printing on the legs, and of course once you've removed the helmet and head, the jetpack is also removable. I never really did understand why these guys had the handprint on their helmet, but it still looks really fantastic, and just some amazing printing on this guy. And you can see he has the Mandalorian T-visor, which obviously was then passed on to the clone troopers, of course, and you can see the red wrapped around the visor really looks great, and the like seeping ink effect of the hand mark really looks awesome, or the handprint I should say. Really, really awesome. And then you can see the helmet, if we go ahead and remove it, he has actually Pre-Vizsla's head, and I guess Pre-Vizsla survived and is now on Darth Maul's side of the Death Watch. But no, LEGO decided to just, I guess, repurpose it just to give some different variation between the Mandalorians, these two Mandalorian Super Commandos, because obviously, I guess the LEGO Group recognized that these characters are not just clone troopers, they are all obviously unique people. And if we go ahead and take a look at the second Mandalorian Commando included with the set of Mandalorian Super Commando, he has a basic Death Watch head, and this is the Death Watch head we originally got with the first Death Watch minifigures. So like I said, they're trying to make sure that the minifigures here differentiate between each other, and I didn't even have them in the frame right there, but yeah, so you can see the heads that are included with the Mandalorian Super Commandos. They are both different and unique in their own ways. Either way, these heads are still really terrifying, so yeah. Alright, so now into the actual set. Mandalorian Speeder was really iconic in the takeover of Mandalore story arc in Season 5 of the Clone Wars, and especially when Bo-Katan was rescuing Obi-Wan, you got to see this vehicle in action quite a bit, and it is definitely really awesome, and you can see it does actually have a good amount of stickers, 5 in total, one here, one here, one here, one here, along with a sticker in the cockpit there, which I don't even know if you can consider that a control panel or any sort of control pad. It doesn't look like one to me, but either way, the stickers do add a nice level of detail to the vehicle as a whole, but you can see it does have the cannon on the top here, and it does bend up and down very nicely, but unfortunately it does not rotate at all whatsoever. And it's an easy modification. All you got to do is take one of those rotating 4x4 pieces, put it beneath it, and then it'll rotate no problem, but it's unfortunate that we didn't actually receive a piece like that in the actual set here. Of course, any of the three minifigures can man this cannon, so they can blast away at anyone who opposes them. But the hatch, the whole back of the vehicle right here, does actually open, and in there you can store the two blades that comes with Darth Maul, both his personal lightsaber and Pre-Vizsla's Darksaber. And pretty much the way this works is you've got some basic, you have these pieces here, and then you have this piece right there with the two slots, and all you got to do is just simply slide them in, and it is honestly a really convenient system, because unless you try to, really get these lightsabers out, I mean, one's a Darksaber obviously, they're not going to go anywhere, so it's really a convenient system, and what I just said was completely unjustified right there, so that was a fail. But I mean, really, unless you obviously turn it upside down like that, they're really not going to go anywhere, so it's a nice and convenient system and definitely works out. But you can also store the Mandalorian Super Commandos blasters right in those hooks there, and taking away their blasters, I'm confiscating your guns, guys, sorry about that, but you can see the two little hooks right there. All you gotta do is just simply put their blasters right in those, and they will be out of your way, so that you can go ahead and seat the minifigures in the vehicle itself. And the way you can do so is a actually different system that has been used here. Is you can see these two studs right here are actually meant for the minifigure's legs, and pretty much you take the minifigure, one of the minifigures, whichever you prefer, put it in a sitting position, and just go ahead and attach his legs to that little 1x2 plate, and he sits very nicely inside. And honestly, that's a different system than what we usually see, so I find that to be pretty cool. And you can take the other Mandalorian Super Commando and put him right here, and he will sit no problem. And obviously you can make these minifigures sit or stand, whichever you prefer. And then Darth Maul, he can also sit, but because he has these robotic legs, there's really no way you're going to secure him in there. So obviously the best thing to do is to just have him stand, and it works out awesome. So really great variety of what you can do and how you can seat your minifigure, so that's really great. The windshield here can actually bend a little bit, so that's also very cool. The hood right here does actually bend up a little bit, and in there you can see there are indeed flick-fire missiles, and these flick-fire missiles are pretty basic system. All you got to do is just pull one of these little levers, and actually not pull it, you got to push it, and you'll see that the flick-fire missile does indeed launch. So it's really not that powerful. I mean, you're not going to hit anything with it. I mean, maybe you will, but you're not going to knock anything over with it. It doesn't really have any force. There's really no decent mechanism to it, so it's not really that great. But I guess it's still a nice playability feature nonetheless. You can see on the bottom here, we do have the smooth pieces to ensure that the vehicle does slide nicely along a smooth surface. So that is always great. You can see that the LEGO really tried to take care of everything with this vehicle, in terms of seating, in terms of the playability features, and just in terms of how the vehicle moves overall. It's just a really fantastic model, and honestly, it's what I would expect in a representation of such a iconic vehicle to Star Wars The Clone Wars. So there is the Mandalorian speeder, and before we go ahead and conclude this review, one other small thing I want to go over is the engines, and the engines are really awesome. As you can see, they utilize some trans orange pieces, and you can actually open up the engines to an extent, because they do actually have, you can not to an extent, but you can open them wide open because they have the hinge piece right here. So that is very cool, and just generally an awesome feature, I suppose. And that is obviously on both sides. So there is the Mandalorian speeder. Awesome vehicle. So there you go. Considering this set has a smaller piece count than the Corporate Alliance tank droid, this box is a little bit oversized, but either way, you can see it has a fantastic box art of this Mandalorian speeder in action on Mandalore with Darth Maul running alongside of it, and you have new next to all three of the minifigures, because all three of these minifigures, of course, are indeed new. And then we have the top here, which has Darth Maul to utilize the actual size reference. And then you can see Mandalorian Super Commandos, and then the back with all the features, and some really awesome action shots once again on the planet of Mandalore. Definitely pretty cool, and yeah, so then of course you have all the features which I just showed you. So there's the box. The instruction manual is definitely a reasonable size. It's only 53 pages long, but you can see at the end of it you have some pretty awesome advertisements for the other sets in the line. And you can see that poster is just fantastic, and that just looks awesome. Then of course you have the checklist for the entire line right there, just to ensure that you get all the sets, of course, as all these sets are absolutely awesome, and I definitely look forward to reviewing the rest of them. You can see you've got an advertisement for the Yoda Chronicles right there to go online, and Lego Club advertisement there, and just definitely a simple yet awesome instruction manual, I suppose. I definitely think what tops it off is that advertisement, but anyway, there you go. You don't get a whole lot of extra pieces with this set, but it's definitely made up for because we get an extra set of Darth Maul's horns. And for customizers like myself, that's definitely a plus. But you can see we do also get a extra hilt for either Darth Maul's lightsaber or Pre Vizsla's darksaber, some extra connectors, a stud, and a couple of cheese slopes. You guys just can't be original for once, can you? You three, I have decided to call you Delta Squad. Alright guys, that concludes my review on the LEGO Star Wars Summer 2013 Mandalorian Speeder. This set is fantastic. One thing I do want to clarify though is that I did pick this up off of a Bricklink seller over in Belgium, and just got word that the LEGO Star Wars Summer 2013 sets are now hitting Toys R Us's over here in the US finally, not exciting news to you Europeans, but to us over here in the States, super exciting, and called both my Toys R Us's, and they said that they both have them on order, and they are currently headed to the warehouse to be distributed to the actual stores. So exciting news that I won't have to be doing any more ordering from any more Bricklink sellers, but yeah, so this set is really fantastic, and if you enjoyed the review or found it informative, be sure to leave this video a like below, as all of your support really does go a long way in the overall growth of the channel. And also, if you'd like to see even more than what you see here on the channel, be sure to follow me on Twitter and Facebook for exclusive updates and photos on what I am up to. You can also check out my second channel for exclusive behind-the-scenes vlogs. So yeah. But, I mean, other than that, that's about it. I definitely have to recommend this set. Like I said, it's fantastic for Clone Wars fans in particular, considering one small little thing is the LEGO, they seem to, like, when we see something on the, when we saw something on the show, not the Clone Wars ended, I should say, like the Clone Troopers, the Phase 2 Clone Troopers, we saw them in the Umbara arc, and then it wasn't until, like, early this year that we actually got them in LEGO sets, and it was 2011 that we saw them on the show, so that was quite a delay. But then this set, we saw these guys, these characters right here in February, right before the Clone Wars ended, so LEGO got these out in a set really fast, and I, being a Clone Wars fan, an enormous Clone Wars fan, hugely appreciated that, as it is really great to see such awesome figures appear so quickly on the production line. But yeah, other than that, I think I will end it off at that note, and once again, fantastic set, definitely recommend it. Price point is great, minifigures are great, design and playability is great with the actual speeder itself, and just generally an absolutely fantastic set. So yeah, I think that's about it, and I will see you guys later. Alright, bye! Darth Maul. Damn it. Damn it, bump the camera. That's great. Piece printed on right there, like the, you know, is the... Damn it! What I would have wanted. And there's a huge shadow on the freaking torso. Holy crap. Plastic minifigure, and is that a... Yep, that's a big spec. That's great. I hate specs. Pack is also removable. Of course, it's not going to cooperate, though. The jetpack is also removable. Come on. Jeez. It's not coming off. Ugh. It was really iconic in the takeover of Death... No, not Death Watch. Damn it. Clone Wars Season 5, takeover of Mandalore story arc, where, I mean, like, especially when... Okay. I suppose. But you can actually bend up... Bend up, really?